It's Philly's Power 99, home of the Breakfast Club, Monday through Friday, 5:30 to 10 a.m. It's the Midday Movement with Roxy Romeo. Got a full house today for an extremely great cause. So I have four incredible guests in the studio with me. So going around the room, let's start here.
Fakefree KP, the one and only Southwest Philadelphia's own.
Tamara, LGP QUA, Voice of the Youth Mother.
Keita, LGP QUA cousin.
Razor. That's all. PIP QUA free ad.
I love it. And of course, you see what the similarity is. Everybody is connected to LGP QUA. And I want to start with you, Mom.
Yes.
It's coming up on a year that he has passed away. So for those that do not know the story, LGP QUA, gone too soon, affectionately known as the voice of the youth. He created that for himself through a lot of hard work. So I want to know, Mom, how do you feel coming up on a year when you think about your son? What comes to mind?
I'm hurt. I'm sad. I think about my two grandkids. My son spirit is going, you know. It's hard for me. It's emotional. No one mother will want their child to be going, But on Mother's Day,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? So it's hard for me. It's emotional for me. Not only that they took my son, and when they killed my son, my family, people that followed to my son's friends, it's hard.
Right.
Right.
And the legacy that he started to create for himself was trying to deter the youth from going down this path of violence and getting in the streets. And sadly, that is what ended up taking his life because it was because of a robbery.
Yes.
Okay. And so something that I learned recently that I just think is absolutely crazy. He has been gone for almost a year now. Rest in peace. Real name Kadir Johnson. Quadir. Thank you. But he does not have a tombstone.
No, he doesn't. So this why this fundraiser, is for that because I just feel like,
I think that a lot of people would kind of think that's crazy,
I
right?
think it's to speak to that, I think it's extremely crazy. I think when I first seen it, I was actually shooting a piece of content for Letter to My Brothers, and I got like real emotional. I like kind of broke down, simply because Qua was and is somebody that was extremely positive and extremely impactful in Philadelphia as a community, not just in music, but like in the community.
Right.
So when I seen that he didn't have a headstone, I was kind of like super disappointed in us as a community because I just felt like somebody that had such a extreme presence, you know what I'm saying,
impact.
and impact to not be to kind of be getting done in a manner where it's like it's kind of frowned upon and less than of somebody that's such a huge figure. I would think it would be we kind of failed them. I felt like we failed them, and I think even though we taking the initiative to do the fundraiser, which is May 9th, and it's the fish fry stuff like that, and we helping to get the headstone. I think we gotta really take a responsibility for our artists. It's a lot of artists, and it's a handful of us that was doing things like Quad, like myself and Afis Banga, and just speaking on things and trying to spread awareness in different lights and putting it in music. And Quad was probably the best of us at it, and it was really a profit to be in my honest opinion. And I think that for him not to have a headstone, we gotta really step up and and take care of the people that's trying to take care of us. You feel me? So
Well, I think that's why I say crazy because of who he was, the figure he was in the
Yeah.
community. Kita, can you speak to why? Why?
Oh God, I really can't. Like it's just hard. It's a lot. When Status reached out and said KP wanted to do a piece at the cemetery I actually told him, I said, that's fine, but y'all gonna have to, go to the office to find out the location of where he at because he do not have a headstone. So with status, him being Muslim at the time, he didn't understand what I meant by that until they actually got out there and they see it's nothing there, like it's just dirt. So with that being said, and when they said they was going to try to see what they can do, I had spoke to someone from B&B Monument, which is a black owned company that's going to do the headstone for us. I reached out to him. He sent me some pictures of what it is he can do. He gave me pricing, and they also gave us a big discount on it just because of who Qua was. They don't know him personally, of course, heard about him, seen his videos, everything like that. So they're also trying to work with us to see what it is they can do. So me and the rest of my family, my cousins, we just thought about let's just do this fish fry. I mean, that's not going to cover it completely, but that's going to get the ball rolling because again, it's going on a year, and my cousin deserves to have a headstone out there. He don't deserve to be there, first of all, but he deserves to have a headstone there. So
Absolutely. Well, let's talk about the fish fry. So it is happening Saturday, May 9th, the day before Mother's Day.
Yes.
Okay. And is it open to everybody? How much does it cost? Where can they find the information to come out and support him?
It is open to everybody. I've been posting it on Instagram, my Instagram for the whole month. Um, you can pay at the door. The tickets are $20. Uh, I can be paid through Cash App. Like a lot of people cash at me or might have texted me or wrote me on Instagram saying they wasn't going to make it, but still sent donations. It's going to be at Cooper's Bar on 100 West Wyoming Avenue, and it's from 4 to 9. Again, I have it up on my Instagram page, which is Miss Wiz, MRSWIZ. That's also my Cash App. You can pay through Cash App. You can pay at the door. Like I have different people had tickets. Razor had tickets. A lot of people in my family have tickets. We was all selling. So
Okay. And Razor, you were Qua's manager. Not manager?
Qua's like my nephew. His kids is my niece and nephew.
Oh,
for real.
well, so obviously you were intricate in his life,
for
around
sure.
him all the time. So talk about him coming into this role of being the voice of the youth. Where did that come from? Why did he want to be this positive figure?
That part right there.
I can't say 100%, but I can say my perspective in the talks I had with him. Because when I first started talking to Qua, long story short, he was actually locked up at the time. And my niece was just hype about him. He rap, but he rapped different when I first heard him.
Okay.
So I just knew, given the positive, my insight, when you come home, just do something different. I ain't say be positive like that, but however it happened.
So I basically can talk on it. So when it came about it, I told him, what you gonna do? Life. You know what I mean?
Because let's just put that he spent some time behind bars.
Right.
And it was when he came out that things changed.
Yeah, so when he started, he was like, Mom, what I mean? When I come home this time, I'm going to take the rep because he had on SoundCloud, his numbers used to go up. You know what I mean? I'm like, so you go in the studio. So when he did that first thing with the Meek Mill's thing, he came to me, and myself listened to the old school music. And we was at my house. The old school music and what was going on impacted was going with the city. He came up with that idea. You know what I mean? So my house, same being actually, you know what I mean, was his manager. The old school music that he listened to and was going on with the city. That's how it actually came about.
Okay.
So we collectively, my son, you know what I mean? He was like that. You could make something bigger. The first viral thing was the Fight the Power. You know what I mean? That went viral. You know what I mean? With that. And so that's how it just came about. The Voice of Youth. So it was actually, when he started his first endorsement, right, he gave back to the school, which they didn't know that Puma, his first endorsement, and they asked my son, well, if you was to have money, what would you do? My son came like, I would give back my money to the schools and stuff, not knowing that it was the executive, the producer was there. Like, so that's what you would do? He said, I would give back. You know, at that time, my son did something different that no kids that started rapping did. You see what I'm saying? And that's what he stood for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Facts. Like, I was there, like, we was in my house, 1946, Bristol Street, shout out to Nice Town. You know what I mean? From Nice Town to Badlands. Like, that's how it happened. You know what I mean? And I asked my son, was you serious? Because make no mistakes. He said, Mom, I'm going to do this. And that's what my son
And he
did.
did. He
You
did.
know what I mean? And I'm going to tell you, it's hard. Because coming up on Mother's Day, like, I remember the times when he first did it and when it was viral. You know what I mean? Cosmic Cash, shout out to him, his wife. You know what I mean? They was the first one that, you know, with my son. So Power Like Not is also was a household with my son. You know what I mean? Q Deezy, you know what I mean? We went on his show. You know what I mean? And like the impact says, that's how it started. My son, Nikki, Kendra Parks, you know what I mean? From Nice, my son, you asked him, he was there. You know what I mean? And like his impact was like for the kids. He was the voice of the youth.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Make no
for
mistakes
sure.
about it. You know what I mean? His heart, his spirit, his presence. I miss my son. You know what I mean? And all the mothers out here can hear me. Like, I'm just saying, it's hard. But no one would expect their child to be killed. You know what I mean? But to happen on Mother's Day,
I know.
you know what I mean?
I know.
My son light is missed, is a void. And it's hard for me. I just want to just, you know, his death like made me meet important people. You know what I mean? Philippe, Wonder Woman. You know what I mean? Mothers in Charge. Philippe Roses. My boy. You know, Razor. My grandkids. You know, my son was that bull. You know what I mean? Shout out to for real. Like shout out to Gil, Wallow. You know what I mean? They was like the end stories like with my son. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I have to give shout outs to him. Sing Bing, that was his manager. Like yo, he called me like it's hard because it's coming up on his death.
Right.
And
Yeah, and I want to tap in. Everybody she's saying, shout out to all y'all. We would love for y'all to be at the fish fry on May 9th.
Absolutely.
Because we need to support Qua, man. We need to keep his name alive. We need to really show
kids,
for his kids, everything, like and show like that we got each other. You know what I mean? That it's not just something for the cameras and stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like really, like we got his mom in here, we got his family in here, and we really trying to keep his name alive to the maximum capacity. So
Well, KP, you being an artist, you being as close as you were to him,
yeah.
One, what do you think he really meant to the city of Philadelphia, from his music to his impact? And two, do you feel like that has dwindled since his passing?
I feel like he was a light. I feel like Qua was.
He was different.
He was different. He was his whole approach for him to get to the heights that he got to, speaking positively, like you don't really see that in Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? So for him to take that approach and to run with it, like he was like, that's why I say he was like he was the first of all of us, like of everybody.
Feast Bangers, shout out to
shout out to Feast.
Because let me just say this, to do that, you know, he could have took any other route. The drill music, he was passionate about the youth. You know what I mean? Doing something positive with the kids. You know what I mean? That was his message.
Yeah.
Like you could take a negative into a positive. My son, he loved the city, Philly. I'm telling you, I felt like it was a letdown. You know, like because he still should be here. You know what I'm saying, Roxy? It's hard.
I believe it.
Yeah,
I mean,
nah,
no, it's always the narrative is that your child should never go before.
Right.
Yeah, that's a
right?
fact. I think that's why it's so much even more important that we doing this now and really keeping real name alive and striving to make sure that that's known and like I said, man, I can't stress it enough. Like everybody that had love for him and has love for him, we want to see y'all out there on May 9th. We want y'all. Then I mean, and I don't want to sound crazy, but put up or shut up. You know what I mean? And it don't gotta be. It ain't about money. It's just about presence. It's about being there.
Yeah,
It's
but the
about,
money is important.
Yeah, it is.
because-
It is
for clout.
Yeah.
You ain't really helping. Stop posting on your page for clout.
Yeah, like I wanna make, cause like I said, he was really the first to do it the way he did. Now, how I do my music is reality, right? I don't know. I give you the consequences. Bro was telling you what not to do and telling you to stop. That's even more positive than I am. You know what I mean? And I just think it's very, very, very important for us to keep shedding light. You know what I mean? I can't stress it enough. We really want to see some people out there on May 9th, you know what I'm saying? And we really want to get bro a headstone. We really want to.
Absolutely.
We got Quad Day coming up. Razor putting together Quad Day. We got a project. Me and Quad got a project, collaborative project coming together real soon. We got a few records already done. So it's just we working. We putting it together, and we trying to make sure that it's always known that.
Razor, talk about Quad Day, and also he received a citation. He received.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I have it right here.
I know you. I saw it.
Okay. Probably see him under the pillow.
What?
So you probably put it under the pillow. Prized possession. But yeah, we putting together a Quad Day. A friend of mine, Mont Brown, shout out to him. And a couple people in the city council and all that. But just really waiting for the grant to come back.
Okay.
So soon the grant money come back, then we get a date and take it from there.
Okay, but it's in the works right now.
It's for sure. So it's gonna be like Roots Picnic every year.
Okay.
Every single year is gonna be a Quad Day. Same
I love
date.
it. I love it. And Mom, so I know that just losing your son was beyond
My only child.
Your only child, beyond heartbreaking. But then you also suffered another tragedy shortly after that.
Yeah, my house, the explosion in Nice Hill. You know what I mean? Like who? Like
when it rains, it pours. It's like one thing after another. Yeah.
I'm like,
how are you doing since then?
Well, it's been hard. You know what I'm saying? They took everything. You know, nothing hasn't been done. You know what I mean? They said that, but I haven't got like no help or anything. You know, it was just hard. You know, thankfully and I make no mistakes. It had to just have been my son because my neighbor. I was there 2 days prior to that. You know what I'm saying? And to grieve. You know what I mean? And when it happened, right?
And thank God you were not. Were you in there? You weren't in there.
I wasn't in it.
Thank
So
God.
when I got the phone call, you know, my neighbor, she passed away. Her house was demolished. 2 doors from there was my aunt. She was burnt, third degree burnt. She's still living. My house was standing. The only thing of course, I couldn't go in my house when the firefighters and stuff was there. I'm looking at. I'm like, I lost everything. On top of my son getting murdered. Then a month after that, this explosion from the house, like from the streets, like you know what I mean, from the streets. I'm like, the only thing I salvaged was my son awards. You know, like everything was taken from me. You know what I'm saying? On top of him getting murdered and then the explosion, like it been hard. You know what I mean? But I thank God that I got my 2 grandkids, my granddaughter Sanaa and Shair, because
well, you got hold them
in
close.
the community, right?
Hold them close.
Right.
Stay strong. It's gonna get better. It's gonna get better.
Yeah, we spreading the awareness for it. I mean, it's no excuse. It's no excuses for anything right now because I feel like before maybe the word wasn't getting spread around. You know what I mean? People might not have known certain things, but they're telling you now, like we're putting everything to the forefront, and we want the support, and I'm here to help push that. So
and something positive now, you know, aside from having this fish fry, like you said, there's an album coming.
Yeah.
So there is new music coming. So talk
Yeah.
about that album.
I had reached out to Razor. I had reached out to Razor.
I was really just trying to get a verse from QUA for the Letter to My Brothers record. It's actually a remix coming soon with me, Amir Ali, and Ranshaw, and it got QUA on there as well. Breaking that now. Nobody knew that. But after reaching out to Razor, and he was like, he has some more music from QUA. And I'm like, well, how much more music you got? And then ended up being like a lot of records, and we just was going through the music, picking out the songs that made the most sense. He was like, man, you want to do an EP? I was like, of course.
Okay.
So it turned into an EP. It's probably gonna be like a 6-song, 5-song EP. We got like 4 records done already because we still picking through things and like the intricacies.
Things of that nature. But yeah, it's coming soon. Real soon.
All right, so no release date, no title.
Nah. Okay. I really want to drop it on QUA Day. Which is pending.
Okay.
But real soon. It's gonna be in the summertime for sure though.
Okay. Well, listen, I appreciate all of you for coming through today. Mom, keep your head up.
Yes, thank you.
I am praying for you. I know this is rough, okay? But it seems like you have an incredible support system around you.
And I wish my bro, shout out to him, my bro, my family, and my bro. I wish he would have been here because, let me tell you something. You know, it's so crazy because his death, but I met so many important people because I wouldn't have met Nazir. I'm just saying, like, important people, you know what I mean? That, you know, from his death. I just want to thank everybody and support that love my son. You know, it's hard, but we want to keep his name alive.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
I did have the pleasure of meeting him once when we were still doing, oh my Lord, my brain. Mom brain, I swear. The events that Power had been doing each year to stop the violence.
Okay, yeah.
Why can't I remember the name right now?
I know what you're talking about, though.
He did perform there. He did perform there, and it was early on when I first moved to Philly, but he was, and I do understand everything that you guys are saying, that he was such a light, because I could see it even at that one time that I met him when he took stage.
Yeah.
So absolutely. Again, Keita, please, all the information for May 9th for everybody to come out and support. And even if you can't support, you can't be there in person, you can still make a donation.
Yeah, please.
Thank you.
Yep. So once again, the May 9th fish fry will be from 4 to 9. It's at the Cooper's Bar and Grill, which is on 100 West Wyoming Avenue. It's also posted on my Instagram page. I have a Cash App, Miss Wiz. It's $20. All proceeds are going towards his tombstone.
Yes.
Sunday, yes, will be a year since we got this tragic information. This tragedy happened to us on Mother's Day. Like, I just remember it like it was yesterday. And it's still not fair. It's unbelievable. And it's just not fair. We have, with this happening to him, it has been a lot of people reached out at the time that we didn't know from a can of paint. But it's a lot of people that was sending on a GoFundMe. She got a lot of portraits done. It's like she got like 1 million portraits done of him, and we just so grateful for everybody that tapped in with us since this been going on. Everybody that keep reaching out. Oh, we just want to see how y'all doing, or we want to do this for QUA, or do this for QUA. If they can't get in contact with Tamara, then I'm usually the next person that they call, because it's like, all right, I'm going to call her, I'm going to let her know this, and that, because she don't always answer her phone. Because like I tell people, she have good days and bad days. Like, good days and bad days. She's okay when she's okay. She's not when she's not. Right. So that's why I just let people know, like, if you can't get in contact with her, then get in contact with me. I'll make sure she knows everything.
Okay. Again, May 9th, it is going down, a fundraiser for the Voice of the Youth, LGP QUA. KP, Razor, Mom, Keita, do you have any last words before we end?
Pull up.
Period.
Yeah, let it be, you know,
Sure,
something
for
nice,
sure.
you know, for something bad, but that's all. I just want to thank everybody.
I do got one thing to say. We also shooting a Letter to My Brothers remix that day at the Fish Fry. We are using artificial intelligence to put QUA in the video.
Oh,
So if y'all do want to be in that video, please come support. We are shooting a
But you need to pay
real,
$20 if
yeah,
you want to
need
be
to
in
pay
the
$20 too. Yeah, no,
Sure,
we
for
already.
sure.
If they come there, they paying $20. I don't care.
Yeah,
I just gotta get them there. Once they get there, yeah, let me get $20. Yeah, bro, that's what I do. But if they set foot on there, yes, you get from the
Absolutely.
rip.
Thank
But we are
you.
shooting a video as
Thanks,
well.
Rox, for
Thank you
having us.
so much.
Yes.
Appreciate you.
That's it, Irv?
For sure,
That's
sure.
it?
Yeah, that's it.
I just want to make sure.
You might have just did something. Thank you. I owe you lunch for that.
This is crazy.
Oh, wow.